Mentioned, the hiring process is slowing, leaving many job seekers eager to receive an offer. But you need to be cautious of cyber criminals preying on that vulnerability. There is a scam, it's circulating right now. It looks like an email from a job recruiter that says you're a perfect candidate for a job opportunity. The email is sent from a Gmail address, and it even includes some specific details about your personal work history. But the recruiter says that your resume doesn't quite meet their requirements, so they offer you a resume expert who can make some tweaks there, but you have to act immediately before the job is no longer available. No surprise, this is not actually a job recruiter. Cyber criminals use publicly available data about your work history, maybe your LinkedIn profile, to gather information about your previous jobs to make themselves seem even more convincing. There is a way to avoid falling victim to this phishing scam. Being asked for payment as part of the hiring process for a new job, that is a red flag. Keep that in mind. You'll want to check the sender's email address very carefully. Real recruiters will usually contact you from a corporate email address rather than a personal account, like a Gmail account. And if an opportunity seems suspicious, just go ahead and trust your instincts.